kidnapped, but there was no vision about what happened to the Queen. Please continue. Yeah.
The rest of the royal family, maybe the Queen was with them. The rest of the royal family, they fled to France.
I can only imagine what happened to the Queen. Please continue.
The rest of the family, they fled to France, and then they declared the first Islamic state in Britain. They made allies to Iran, and then they invaded Iran and they killed every Shiite Muslim there. They started killing people randomly in Iran, and they made allies with China.
Where are you from? Where you live? What country?
I'm from the Middle East, but I can't tell you where exactly because...
No, I'm asking where. It's interesting that you're from the Middle East because my understanding is everybody in the Middle East, again, my understanding's probably wrong, live in America, everybody in the Middle East knows that Iran is pronounced Iran, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's pronounced... Yeah, it's pronounced Iran, and Iraq is not... Iraq is not Iraq, it's Iraq.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I live in the Middle East.
You said that. You live in the Middle East. I know. Go ahead.
Yeah. They made allies with China. That's it. This is very nice.
Thank you. I'm glad that's it. It's pretty difficult to mispronounce China. Thank you. Appreciate that for sharing your vision, and I do not hate you. All right. Hey, buddy, if you can wait your turn, that would be amazing. Got one person before you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Go on mute. You're next after Dr. Francine. Thank you. If you're in the audience and you want to come up, please do. Dr. Francine, it's a pleasure to see you. How are you?
Good morning, Steve. Haven't seen you in a while, so
I know. I haven't seen you. I'm glad to see you.
I thought I'd come say hello, especially since I don't know what's going to happen now with Iran. now that we have failed to make peace. And
are we not still in the middle of the ceasefire?
Well, I think we are. I don't know the answer, but there is no peace because Iran has refused to give up its desire for a nuclear weapon.
Yeah. And there was a misunderstanding. Iran thought that Lebanon was included in the ceasefire. Why they thought that, I have no idea, but yeah, go ahead, yeah.
because Israel and the United States, were sort of locked in arms up to a point, and then they weren't because nobody was negotiating in good faith, is what
Maybe they thought all 209 sovereign countries on the planet were included in the ceasefire. I don't know.
Well, it was part of their 10 points that they demanded, so I think they were deluding themselves. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Lebanon was included in their plan, so maybe they just assume whatever they say goes.
No, they assumed we read their plan.
My turn. I can speak.
It is your turn when I call on you. You will be after Dr. Francine. It will take no more than 5 minutes. Because Yakov is a moderator. He's got a green butthole. I just gave it to him. Can you wait the 5 minutes? Can you wait 5 minutes?
Yes.
Please do. Thank you. I guarantee.
I would like to know.
Go on mute, please, sir. Go. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, Dr. Francine.
I would like to know where we go from here.
I think the ceasefire still is in effect for another week, and then
Donald Trump. Well, here's the thing: Donald Trump, basically threw J.D. Vance under the bus because the person who really can make a deal is supposed to be Donald Trump, but that's not who went to make the deal. So I believe that if Donald Trump just stopped sitting back in his office and saying, you go try this, you go do this, you go do this. And then, if the person can't get it done where he thinks it should have been done, blaming that person. So this could be some kind of, forgive me, come to Jesus moment.
Okay, all right.
Forgive me, Scott.
No worries. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
For Donald Trump.
Yeah, could be. Anything else, Dr. Francine?
No.
If I may jump on what she said, if you saw the news this morning, Donald Trump has publicly from Washington said that he wants to blockade the blockaders. In other words, what he's saying is, well, okay, if you're going to block the 100 ships, and there's a lot of ships that are caught in this go-round up in the northern part of the Straits of Hormuz.
There's also a lot of unaccounted landmines or sea mines.
And it's like it might take 2 weeks to clear out.
I can't speak.
Okay, once again, sir, this is the last time I'm going to tell you. Firstly, it'll take no more than 5 minutes. That's number one. Number two, the mods can speak whenever they want. I know you're new to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here. I want to speak to you. Your wait will only be a maximum of 5 minutes, but the more you interrupt, the longer your wait's going to be. Just go on mute. You got about another 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
You will get a full 5 minutes, just like everybody else. I guarantee it.
So to finish that
These newbies, they're so great. Yeah, go ahead.
It takes a while to figure this room out.
Yeah.
In any case, what Dr. Francine was saying is true. Because the president holds the cards closest to his chest, and he is the final decider.
Repeat that, Richard. We didn't get that. You broke up.
Sir, if you come off of mute one more time, I am going to bounce you to the goo before you have the opportunity to speak. I will call on you in less than 2 minutes. Stay on mute. Don't come off of mute until I call on you. Go ahead, Richard.
In any case, what she said is absolutely true. He is the final arbiter from the American side. Even his vice president was sent on a fool's errand, which was not going to be possible. There's too many points to try and come to terms with. It's all over the map of the Middle East, and as she said, there is a problem because Iran thought that the ceasefire would include Hezbollah in Lebanon, and it didn't, or it didn't in the mind of the Americans or the Israelis. They didn't consider that. Having said that, Trump has come back today with saying, look, I'm going to block. I want it to be in control of the Straits of Hormuz because these 100 ships are screwing up the global economy, and that's not going to happen on my watch. If anyone's going to stop the global economy, it's going to be me. I'm going to stop you from using the Straits of Hormuz with my Navy. So it's upping the ante, and it's getting very complicated.
Trump likes to do that. Thank you.
Exactly.
Dr. Francine, I'll come back to you because Sino's chomping at the bit. Okay, Sino, you can unmute. You got a fresh 5. Depending on what you say, maybe I'll give you more than that. Good morning. Thank you for coming on the show. Obviously, this is your first time. You have a fresh 5. You can talk about anything you want. Go ahead.
Thank you, Brother Steve. And good morning to everybody on the panel. I just want to say, Brother Steve, what is your position? Are you for the war or you're not for the war?
Oh, I thought you were going to ask me a hard question. I'm against all war.
Okay, me too. I don't like what Trump did.
Well, I like it when you agree with your Uncle Steve. Please continue.
So now you my uncle?
No, okay, you know what? Forget about the uncle. I'm glad when you agree with me. Go ahead. No, I'm not your uncle. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to call you my Uncle Steve. Uncle Steve.
There you go. So I am your Uncle Steve. Go ahead.
So, I got one question.
I I'm sure I'm going to have one answer.
Why you gotta be snarky to me, Steve? Why?
You know what? I don't want to be snarky. I'm going to go on mute. I will let you say whatever you want. No, I don't want to be snarky. Go ahead.
Stino, that's just Steve. He always does that.
Hey, welcome to the show, Stino.
Yeah, cool. I don't like you, so I don't know why you addressing me. I don't like you at all.
Cool your
You
jets,
got to
bro.
be respectful to my mods. The fact of the matter is, I like him. Go ahead. You talk to me. Just talk to me.
Okay, so if opening up the Strait of Hamas, that's what it's called, Strait of Hamas, right?
Hermuz.
Hamas. Okay. If it's good for the rest of the world, why is y'all up here talking bad about it? Like, Trump is doing what he has to do to get it open, so oil can be transported to the rest of the world. So what the fuck is y'all talking about?
Well, that question doesn't make sense.
Why it doesn't?
Who was speaking bad about it and what was said exactly?
You, Uncle Steve, you.
What did I say?
I've been listening. It seemed like anything.
I know you've been listening. That's why I asked you, what did I say that was bad?
I didn't say, you said.
Yes, you did. You said, why are we talking bad about it? I said, who was talking bad about it? You said me. I said, what did I say exactly?
Okay. You were,
Is that correct? Did I just speak the truth?
Yes, you did.
All right. So do you have an answer for my question?
Richard was speaking.
Do you have an answer to my question?
I said I was wrong.
Okay, yeah, no, that's all you have to say. We can move on. That's all you had to say. Go ahead.
Richard was speaking bad about.
Okay, what did he say that was bad?
He said everything Trump do is bad.
No, he did not say that.
What
The absolute replays are on. He did not say everything Trump does is bad. He did not say that.
Okay, Richard, what did you say? Can Richard explain it?
Sure. Richard, why don't you take a moment and repeat what you said about Donald Trump and the Straits of Hormuz?
Okay, I said that as was stated by Dr. Francine.
You said he raised the ante, is what you said.
He raised the ante on the Iranians because they have blocked now for a month. They have blocked all traffic in the Straits of Hormuz and saying, not only are we going to block it, we're going to charge for it and decide who gets to come and go. So what Trump has done is he said, you think you're going to do that because I'm going to close down the Straits of Hormuz totally to you and to your allies. So how do you like that? That's what he's done. I didn't say it was good or bad. I'm just describing he has outlined that plan.
Mr. Richard, so
Okay.
you don't think Trump tactics is working?
Well, firstly, do you agree with what Richard said? Did he speak the truth, yes or no?
No, he did not.
Okay, what was wrong with what he said?
He doesn't know. He haven't read the book, The Art of the Deal. We know what.
What does the art of the deal have to do with the Strait of Hormuz in this war? It was written a decade ago.
Uncle Steve.
Yeah, I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. I'm not running from you. I'm here. What does the art of the deal have to do with what Trump said a couple of days ago? Nothing. Richard didn't say whether or not what Trump said or did was good, bad, right, or wrong. All he did was correctly paraphrase it. He told the truth. Now, if you want to ask me or Richard, do we think what Trump did was good, bad, right, or wrong? Ask that question. But Richard told the truth. Don't you agree? Do you agree?
Uncle Steve.
Does that mean yes, you were wrong the second time?
Yes, I was wrong.
Thank you. We'll move on then. Go ahead.
Okay, Uncle Steve.
I'm here. I'm not running. I'm not going anywhere. It's my fucking show.
Do y'all believe what Trump is doing is wrong?
Do I believe what Trump is doing is wrong? Trump does a lot of things. I think some of them are right and some of them are wrong. You need to pick one.
I'm talking about as far as.
Do you think everything Trump does is right? Everything? Every single thing?
Of course not.
Well, that's my point exactly.
Of course not.
I agree with you. We agree again.
Okay, so if controlling Iran mean peace in Middle East, what the fuck is the problem, Uncle Steve?
What is the problem with what? Exactly.
Us showing dominance in the Middle East. What's the fuck is the
I think the United States should show dominance around the world. I think the United States should continue to be the world's policeman. I think the United States should still have eyes on all 209 countries so we can keep America safe. Now, should the United States start dropping bombs everywhere we think something is wrong?
No, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either.
So what we talking about, Uncle Steve? What we talking about?
We're talking about whatever you want to talk about. You can talk about anything. I've just been following your lead. I'm talking about what you want to talk about.
He meant that
You're not. You're certainly not talking. You're certainly not talking about Russia. You're not talking about China. You're not talking about America. You're talking about Iran and the war in the Middle East. So that's what we're talking about. I give you one more minute, and then we need to move on.
Uncle Steve.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. It's my fucking show.
But Russia and China got nuclear weapons. We can't just bomb them people. We can't do that. See, don't get me wrong. I love America, and we are bullies. We bully the ones we can bully. We can't bully China and Russia. You know that, Uncle Steve. We cannot do that. But we can bully Iran and get away with it. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in that, Uncle Steve?
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I enjoy
All right, very good. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for contributing to the show. Me and the entire Mod Squad, we are going to give you no shit. Very rarely does this happen during the show. You get a first-class escort from me and the Mod Squad down the red carpet to the VIP. Thank you for making this a very interesting, educational, but more importantly, entertaining show. And let's see, next up, hang on, I gotta put on my reading glasses. Next up is Joshua. Hi, Joshua, good morning. Welcome to the show. What would you like to talk? Oh, no, I'm sorry, pardon me. Andrew, our good neighbor to the north, is first. Then Joshua, and then, hold on. Then Joshua, and then Pasco. Pardon? What?
Oh no, good thing. Yeah, let the other person go first.
Thank you. Thank you. Andrew, our good neighbor to the north. It's a pleasure to see you again. Good morning.
Good morning, Steve. Good morning.
You're not mad at me about yesterday, are you?
Oh, absolutely.
You are mad at me. Okay.
Why not? Actually, I think you're a bit over the top this morning.
I'm extremely over the top this morning.
But I would like.
It's been like a lightning bolt has been shoved up my ass, and I'm paying off on silver dollars. Yeah, go ahead.
You need your break soon.
I need the break. Yes, exactly.
Steve, let him talk for a little bit.
You know what? I got an idea. JCC, take over the show for 5 minutes. I'll take a break.
All right, cool. Hey, Andrew, how's it going, bro? What do you got to say, bro?
Well, just in this regard, I woke up. Actually, I heard this news last night that the talks had collapsed. Not to my surprise, it's not surprising that Donald's way of negotiating, I use that term loosely, is not a negotiation, it's dictatorial. And I don't care who you're trying to get on side to any point of view or to any agreement. If you come in dictating your terms, I think you're going to run into stiff opposition. I don't think that's a surprise, and that's what we have now. Now, this is all of Trump's making. This did not have to happen. We in Canada and the United States are lucky because we don't rely on oil per se coming from that region, but it's affected everything anyway, because the oil market is the oil market. But there are other countries, especially in East Asia, etc., that are desperate now, are desperate. I was just reading an article by Gary, who does the critical thinking forum here, about the plight of many people in the Philippines with rising costs, especially in fuel, and how that just absolutely devastates the economy. So I just think it's a sad thing that one country, such as the United States, can impact the world in such a devastating way, regardless of what the issues are. And it's just not a surprise that Iran would get their hackles up when you're, being forced to agree to something that you may not want to agree with. I think really what's going to come out of this is that many countries around the world, smaller countries, are going to pursue the nuclear option to prevent countries like the United States, China, and or Russia from imposing their will, just like North Korea has done. So it's really, I don't know that it's making the world safer. In fact, I think it's the opposite. And it's very disturbing. I did read something this morning, and this is totally off topic, but I did read a little article about, and I'm just trying to think, I'm not sure which country it is, I'm just trying to remember. Maybe it's Cambodia, I think. They're erecting a statue to a rat, which I found kind of odd. But the rat is a mine-sniffing rat who is sniffing out landmines. I think that's incredible that rats can do that. So, I guess both stories were a little connected, talking about a rat. Anyways, thanks very much.
Andrew, thank you so much.
And thank you.
JCC, real quick.
And thank you, JCC. Yes, Richard.
My
Real
apologies,
quick, JCC. I have family who live in Manila, and power has been out for the last 4 days because they have no fuel to run the engines of their citywide power. The fuel from coming through the Straits of Hormuz to the Philippines. The city of Manila, which is a huge city, it's like 10 million people, has no power right now. So it's true what you're saying.
If you're here for the first time, this is how the show works. We encourage everybody, especially the new speakers, and that means you, to raise your hand, come on up, and talk about whatever you want. We never, ever put a restriction on content. You can talk about God, religion, atheism, current events, politics, the show, Clubhouse, you, me, the Mod Squad. If you're having a problem, need some advice, I've assembled the best Mod Squad in the history of Clubhouse. They have a wide variety of fields of expertise and knowledge. If you have a problem with me or the Mod Squad, you can come on up and say, hey, Steve, got a problem. Or, Steve, go on mute. I want to speak to somebody on the Mod Squad. So please, that's how the show works. Everybody gets a fresh five. Joshua, good morning. Welcome to the show. What would you like to talk about? Joshua, going...
Yeah, y'all hear me okay?
Yeah,
Awesome. What's up, Steve?
you care.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Hi, good morning.
Great morning. So, myself, atheist,
You cut out Joshua after atheist. You cut out after atheist.
atheist slash anti-Christian.
Atheist, anti-Christian. Okay. By the way, and I'm hearing an echo, so I don't know if you're recording the show, you have a problem with your earbuds or earpods, you're listening to something else. But I am hearing an echo.
I am outside.
Go ahead, we'll fight through it. Go ahead. So, you are an atheist and an anti-Christian, yes, sir?
Yes, sir. I had a question I'd like to bounce a theory off of.
Okay, all right.
I admit, I did steal off of, or not steal, I mean, I heard it on the Joel Reed's Bible show on YouTube.
Well, there is an old cliche that good artists copy, great artists steal. But go ahead.
Oh, word. I like that. Okay.
Thank you. I like it too. That's why I said it.
Yeah. Okay. So
It's true. That's an old cliche. Go ahead. Yeah.
well, I'm trying to think like a good one to like bounce with it, but I keep coming back to this rubber ball.
How about don't cut off your nose to spite your face, or don't throw the baby out with the bathwater? But please continue. Yes. I'm full of cliches. Go ahead.
Don't stub your toe before you whine.
There you go.
And full of a lot of other stuff, right, Steve?
Thank you, JCC. Go ahead, sir.
So my issue is, did Eve know that she was doing wrong before she bit into the apple?
All right, and I'm gonna add a little something to that as well. It is time for What Would Jesus Say? We haven't done this in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nieces and nephews, what would Jesus say? Okay, let's go to the Mod Squad. Great question. We'll start with Alfonso. Alfonso, did Eve know that she was wrong before she grabbed the apple?
Bit.
Grabbed, bit.
Yeah,
Gave it to Adam, whatever. She gave Adam her fruit.
yeah. I think Andrew is right. You're having a really hard time staying on mute and listening to people. Interruptions are really the word of the day. But
Well, guess what? Look at how many people are in the fucking room today.
yeah,
We've had more people in the room this hour. We've had more people on the show now than we've had in a very long time. Go ahead.
I guess you're the greatest showman on the
No. All I'm going to say, and this is no secret, anybody that's been listening to the show, all you Mod Squatters know, I am a numbers whore, okay? If I could get 1,000 people in the room right now by yelling and screaming, I'm going to keep yelling and screaming. But go ahead. Oh, and interrupting. Yeah, go ahead.
He said the word interruption.
Okay, so what would Jesus say? Did Eve know she was wrong about the apple?
Well, are you gonna interrupt? How many words can I get through before Steve interrupts? I'm trying to measure what's gonna happen next. What would Jesus say about Eve? We would have to look at what scholars say about the state of affairs of the Torah. I think Jesus would say, "Ye who are free of sin, cast the first stone." So Jesus' spirit would be, we should forgive Eve and Adam, and that's what my mission on earth is. I'm here to cleanse away the original sin.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Richard, what would Jesus say in regards to Eve with apple?
I'm going with Alfonso's response.
Okay, very good. Let's go to Reverend Scott. Reverend Scott, what would Jesus say?
Don't know. I will say though, I am questioning my thoughts on Iran, and I'm wondering if liberals,
Well, when it comes to Iran, your statement is coming up shortly, and you can talk all about that. But right now, we're at what would Jesus say? Let's go to JCC. JCC, what would Jesus say about Adam, Eve, and the apple? Or Eve and the apple? Or Eve and her fruit when she gave it to Adam?
Yeah, I think possibly Jesus may not want to focus on the apples, so to say, but the disobedience and the fracture in the trust in God.
Very good. Violet, what would Jesus say regarding Adam Apple? Adam Apple.
Adam Ant, baby. Adam Ant.
Yeah, Eve giving the apple to Adam. What would Jesus say?
Well, I thought his question was, did she know it was wrong?
Wrong, correct. Yeah, did she know it was wrong? What would Jesus say? That is what it
So, yes, I do believe Jesus would say she knew it was wrong. It was the one command they were given from God. You guys do whatever the heck you want, but just don't touch that tree. And she went ahead and did it. I mean, from a objective or an outside point of view, I guess, it seems like a child being told, don't touch that little statue. They don't know why.
Don't put your hand on the stove.
Right. They don't know why, but they know generally they know they're going to get in trouble or hurt if they disobey. Sometimes they go ahead and do it, but yeah, they know it's wrong. And so I think he would say she knew it was wrong, but as others have said, I also think he would focus on forgiving her for that and trying to lead her back to the light.
She said, honey, I know this is wrong, but come taste my fruit. Lynn, what would Jesus say? Would Jesus say that what Eve did was wrong?
I would absolutely say he did. She knew what she was doing. But I also know that, like any parent, he's going to let her accept the consequences therein, and that's what the consequences are going to be. But I would think that yes. But then again, you can hold somebody accountable for their actions, especially when they know what their actions are, and at the same time, love them anyway. So that's where I am.
Thank you. And last but not least, Daryl, what would Jesus say? Was Eve wrong?
I think he would have said, hey, who told you he was lying about dying? Good for you. Wink and a nod, and good for you.
There you go. And so there we go. What would Jesus say? Are you happy, sir, with the responses you got?
Can I bounce on that?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. So I bounced my head on this table like 29 total times, I think. Holy hell. Excuse my language. So Jesus wasn't alive during Eve's time.
Neither were you.
Exactly. So in the story,
you didn't ask if Adam thought it was wrong. You asked if we thought it was wrong.
Ooh,
we weren't alive either.
Good one. So can we use the story then?
Sir, it's your fresh vibe. You can talk about whatever you want.
Oh, word. Okay. I love the bounce back. So we're talking like when Eve bit into the apple, and then she didn't know right from wrong until Satan, the snake, told her that once you bite into the apple, you will know good and evil, aka right and wrong, blah, blah, blah. You will know like God. So how did she know that she was doing a wrong thing?
I don't know. How did she know she wrong thing? I'll ask you.
I don't think she did.
All right. So she was ignorant. No problem.
Obviously, an atheist, anti-Christian, I don't think the entire thing is real. I'm just wondering, how can this story contradict this story while this story contradicts that story while...
I have no idea what you just said. Well, what story contradicts what story? What are you talking about?
Well, Eve biting the apple.
What's the other story that it contradicts?
That we are inherently sinned because of someone else's sin. Well, the first sin wasn't known. It was kind of tricked, wasn't it?
So, what's your point?
So, sin isn't real?
Sin is not real, okay? All right.
What? Sin isn't real. You said the magic word.
No, I just repeated what you said.
No, you said sin is real.
I said sin is not real.
Hooray.
Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I guess that's it, man. I hope y'all have a great night.
I hope you have a great morning. Thank you. Let's move on to, if you're in the audience and you want to come up, please do. It is an electrifying show this morning. Liminal, good morning. Welcome to the show. What would you like to talk about?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would just like to express my observation on this this war or battle between atheists and theists on this app. Quickly here, I'd just like to say that it really leads nowhere, to be honest, and that's because there's a misunderstanding between both parties.
Before you get to your misunderstanding, you don't think it is both educational and entertaining?
I don't think it's entertaining at all.
Is it educational?
Depending on how one interpret the battle or the war.
How about how it's also depending on how it's presented?
Not even how it's presented. Again, it depends on how one observes it.
Got it. Please continue. You've got an echo also, but we'll fight through it. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably because I'm like almost in an empty space. I'm in an office space right now. So
no worries. No worries.
Yeah. So I was sidetracked a little bit. So when it just comes to just like my take, my perspective on this thing is that some atheists, and they may have a variety of reasons why they have become atheists. Maybe one of those reasons is because maybe, I don't know, church, the theists has in some way mistreated them, or they, rationally went through the information like scripture and saw that, oh, you know what, this isn't real. For whatever reason, when it comes to just like the theist, atheist doesn't understand their own position sometimes because it's clouded by this more emotional take on how they were treated within religion.
I completely disagree with you. I think the atheist position is the easiest position to understand because it's simple. We don't believe in God. It's no more difficult than that. So I don't understand why you say sometimes some atheists don't understand their position. The position is very simple. We don't believe in God. Period. End of story. Anything other than that depends on the individual. But please continue.
Okay, Steve, you're gonna have to understand to not interrupt when someone is trying to.
You want me to go on mute and let you speak uninterrupted? Go ahead.
Yeah, because you didn't let me finish before you went down this whole.
You don't need to justify it. I'm going on mute. You won't be interrupted again by me.
Okay, well, just let me speak. Let me just stay on mute, please. I can speak whatever the way I want to speak, right? You can't sit here and try to tell somebody how to speak. Anyways, what I was pointing to was that, of course, a lot of atheists tells you, hey, you know what? We don't believe that God exists. So the misunderstanding, simply put, when one atheist, a lot of them on this platform, tries to prove that God doesn't exist, right? To a theist, they then go to scripture to try to find the contradiction within to prove that God doesn't exist, which is totally absurd. It's not about scripture. It's about that God doesn't exist. So if an atheist truly understands their position, right, you can hinge or pivot on the word existence, totally objective and totally perceptual, right? So if it's that matter, right, why do atheists always conform to scripture, right? There's no argument in scripture. What an atheist totally understands when they talk about God doesn't exist, they hinge on the word existence. One have to objectively prove to them, right, that God exists. No one on this planet has been able to do that. Otherwise, they will point to scripture or some esoteric background, some prophetic take on it, right? So with that being said, why would an atheist, right, who totally believe that God doesn't exist, right, or know that God doesn't exist, always seem to go into this realm of scripture and going back and forth with a theist? because they don't understand their own position. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah, well, not all atheists do that. And this is obviously your first time on the show. Otherwise, you wouldn't be saying all atheists. The atheists that do what you described don't know what they're talking about, and they're dead wrong. Because nobody can prove that God does not exist. That is impossible. On the other side of the coin, nobody can prove that God does exist. That is also impossible. So what I encourage you to do, and hopefully I haven't scared you away, is that you continue being part of the show. Let's go to my good friend Alex. Alex, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you here. Welcome back to the show. What would you like to talk about?
I appreciate that, Steve. Listen, in the midst of, I see a Sunday morning storm. Well, let me argue for the Christians, I suppose. You know what amazes me? That individuals who are intellectually bent, or are more towards society in order to use a scientific method, don't explore the simple basis in regard to the development of the faith. Do you know what I mean? They look at it automatically as just like, oh, you know what? I hate them. And atheists are not any particular group. They come in, just like all other individuals on earth, just like Catholics, they come in all shapes and sizes, all thoughts, all motivations. You know what I mean? They're people. They're people for some reason who decided, you know what? I'm not going to believe this. And why am I not going to believe it? There are a variety of reasons. I mean, they could have come to some scientific conclusion in regard to understanding that the Bible, oh, by the way, it's a story. It's a story. Okay? Understand, listen, I'm a Catholic. We wrote it. It's a story for you to understand and to think about. If you want to think deeply in regard to it, think about the allegory. Or think about Socrates. Or think about the thoughts of men. Remember Socrates? Those individuals rejected the idea of religion, of God. Because the process was, sometimes it was corrupt. Sometimes it was evil. Sometimes it perpetrated the intents of men, not the intents of God. But that's a whole free will thing. I'm not going to get into that. But in understanding that this is how we developed civilization. And this is how, you may say, people were controlled during different centuries, or there were this. Listen, as a member of the Catholic Church, I am quick to tell you our faults. I'm quick to express the horrors that have been committed by the church in the past, by an institution run by men for power, an institution that caused wars needlessly. Sound familiar? An institution that for its own purposes was sometimes, if the wrong man got there, would commit heinous acts, like inquisitions. Yeah, I get it. I mean, I understand. And I understand why some people were just like, oh, you know what? I don't accept the church because the basic ideals that are being, I don't believe, they don't coincide. I'll tell you something. I believe that atheists are more Christian in regard to their actions than many Christians are. Why is that? Moral basis doesn't come from the idea of just your religion. The idea of being a good person isn't requisite to say that I believe in God. It goes to the very basis of that you are human. You understand the condition of the existence you're in. Okay, cool. If that's the way you go, whatever makes you an atheist makes you an atheist. The Bible, which we wish people didn't read. You know, that's another thing about Catholics you will find. We don't go through the whole process. I'm sure most individuals are familiar with our Mass. We don't go through the whole process to interpret Scripture. We believe in the New Testament. We believe that the very basis is just love one another as God love you, and Jesus love solves all problems. Be good. Just be good. Now, with that as the basis in regard to what we hold as our traditions, we hold as our regular rituals. That shows you as to listen, that's what our dedication is. Our dedication is to the faith, not to the aspects of, does he exist? Does he not? For some individuals, religion or the establishment of the church, let's not say religion, it provides comfort. It provides the ability in order to work together. It provides the opportunity to generate great funds. It provides the opportunity to build hospitals and universities. So don't bang on our church especially. And we're the root, but sometimes it goes astray. It's like a tree, like we said yesterday. A tree, it has branches. Each of those branches are, they come from splits, schisms, individuating a different way. Sometimes they went all the way out there. I won't say crazy, because not that we don't judge. But they went out a little far in the search of their meaning and purpose. But they kept the general basis. They kept the general story. They're Christians. Because of that, I don't think that it's necessary to bang on religions. That's just something that kind of develops a subject for it. The essential to us is our faith. We just have phases. And I believe in evolution. Do you believe in evolution? And it's quite simple. I understand as being more, I suppose, I work in fields of science. So why would I ever be like, the Bible is real? The premises is, the Old Testament is mostly based on mysticism. The New Testament is based on the story of one man and great mysticism. But that's our story. And through the trials and tribulations and not of great nations, which is the Old Testament, but just through the trials and tribulations of a man, one man. Just like that. It's a simple. But if you broke it down scientifically, I think you could understand the general theme which is expressed and how it works in unison in teaching lessons, valuable lessons about how to behave, about how to be one, about how to love. Why is it so hard to look at this as if it's a great conspiracy? The church has been there. Yes, listen, the church has done evil things, but God hasn't. We believe that God is love. We believe that God is the universe in regard to all things working in sync. We believe that, that this is more than just, it's the expansion of our concepts of God is oftentimes necessary not to support the actions of a religion, but to understand our existence. So when you say these things in regard to my Christian brothers, sometimes some individuals may go a little wild. But that's, when you attack the faith, it's not a very, very, it's not an evil thing. If I say that, I'll say, see? It's an understandable thing. As Christians, we understand, all right? I think that atheists are the greatest example to a gift from God. Individuals who say that we will express at the end for our free will, to just be like God. Some more expressive than others, some a little evil. Not evil, but let's say mean. Some a little mean. I mean with that.
And I thank you very much. And with that, we are at the top of the hour. 2 hours in the tank, 1 hour left. Royvis is new on stage and definitely will be speaking towards the start of hour number 3 at the discretion of Reverend Scott. If you're in the audience and you want to come on up, please be bold, brave, courageous, raise your hand, and you can talk about anything you want. This has been very unique 2 hours. I have been Tahamli. I have been raising my voice. I have put myself on mute and let people speak uninterrupted, and I have interrupted many times. But there's one thing for certain. When you come in this room, Ask the Atheist, with Reverend Scott and the Mod Squad, everything else aside, the truth will make you its bitch.
So what? Now, Spot, will you try to scare me? No. No, I don't want to scare you, but believe
with me, you don't want to be in here.
Don't touch me, diabetic bitch!
Excuse me?
You heard me?
What's your name again?
Dina.
Dina. That's a pretty name. You know, I could tell you a lot of things that would scare you, Dina. I could tell you that I'm going to make you my prison bitch. I could tell you that I'm going to make you my house mouse. That I will have sex with you even if we don't have an emotional connection. That I'm going to do to you what the spring does with cherry trees, but in a prison way. Papa Naruto. But why bother? You're too tough, right? Yeah, I know how easy it is to convince yourself you're something that you're not. But you can do that on the outside. You just keep moving. Keep yourself so busy you don't have to face who you really are. But you're weak.
Knock the fuck off me.
I'm like you, Dina. I'm weak too. I can't get through this without somebody to touch. Without somebody to love. Is that because sex numbs the pain? Or is it because I'm some evil fuck monster? I don't know. But I do know I was somebody before I came in here. I was somebody with a life that I chose for myself. And now it's just about getting through the day without crying. And I'm scared. I'm still scared. I'm scared that I'm not myself in here. And I'm scared that I am. Other people aren't the scariest part of prison, Dina. It's coming face to face with who you really are. Because once you're behind these walls, there's nowhere to run, even if you could run. The truth catches up with you in here, Dina. And it's the truth that's gonna make you her bitch.
Reverend Scott. Reverend Scott, are you there? Reverend Scott going once, Reverend Scott going twice. That's okay. I had a feeling Reverend Scott might be a little busy. He's been extremely busy, and I stuck around specifically for that reason. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Ask the Atheist with Reverend Scott and the Mod Squad. If you're here for the first time, this is how the show works. We encourage everybody, especially the new speakers, and yes, that means you, to be bold, brave, courageous. Raise your hand, come on stage, and talk about anything you want. God, religion, politics, current events, atheism, you, me, the show. Just have a take and don't suck. What does that mean? It doesn't matter if we disagree with you, but don't come in and say the earth is flat. Then we're going to have a problem. Then I'm going to have to stop you and question you. Let's go to, is it Roybus? Roybus, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you back on the show.
Yeah, hi. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, the world is totally not flat.
Thank you, Roybus.
Right. And yeah, God is 100% good. Yeah. All of his, especially the Old Testament stuff. It's some good stuff there. Yeah. Thumbs up.
Want to draw some distinctions between the Old Testament and the New Testament with the exception of Jesus being resurrected?
Well, you know.
I just thought I'd ask you. It seemed like an appropriate question. I don't know.
All those prophecies that were fulfilled, yeah. It's fun stuff.
How's your experience on Clubhouse lately, Roybus? I've known you pretty much since I first started. We've got some history. Where are you hanging out lately? What's been good for you? What's not been good for you?
I guess mostly in like prose room and the science rooms with
Yeah, John's science room, a bite of physics. That's amazing. He does that like every Friday or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but it's definitely I hang around where his rooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and then I haven't really been talking about religion at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can talk about anything you want here. You know that.
Yeah. But getting caught up in those crazy debates and all that.
Oh, I mean, you've been here before. That's not what this is about. This is about a platform where people can come up, talk about whatever they want. I never control content, and hopefully we get both sides. Sometimes I go on mute, just let people speak, go to the next speaker. Sometimes I'll comment, and sometimes I'll interrupt like 5 times. You know, it just depends what people are saying and what I think about it, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, that's it. I don't really have a rant right now. But,
You got it.
Yeah, thanks.
No, that's okay. Let's first go to the mod squad, and then we'll go to the other speakers on stage. Let's go first to Alfonso. Alfonso, would you like a fresh 5? Alfonso might be busy with the fan bam. Okay, let's go to Richard. Richard, would you like a fresh 5?
I think I've said most of what I want to say. I don't want a fresh 5.
No worries. Reverend Scott is busy. We'll go to JCC. JCC, would you like a fresh 5?
Sure. I'll take
You got it, buddy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And I will not interrupt you. I'm going on mute.
You can chime in. I'll interrupt you back as well.
That's just my fucking show. Who the hell am I, you know?
That's right. Steve gets more than 50% of the mic time, and we just get to enjoy. Yeah, this has been an interesting discussion about God, morality, and there's been a lot of discussions about the moral code, and it seems like someone said, I do believe it was Alex, said that atheists are more like Christian, and I'm like, you know, when I hear that said, it sounds like because of the moral code. And we must remember the golden rule was way pre-Christianity and way religion as well. So the Christian way is, you know, like Jesus says, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. Jesus spoke of the golden rule. That was pre-Christianity, pre-religion. So when someone says atheists are like Christians, they're just saying atheists have a good moral compass. And I appreciate that. We're not like Christians because we don't follow Christ. We have a good morality, right? We have a good rule of thumb to follow, and a lot of, I'm not going to speak for all non-believers, but they do probably follow the golden rule, because the golden rule is a good rule of compass. And, you know, those who believe in God, good for you. It's a mental concept, and it lives and is existing in the mind of those who believe. And when I say morality is subjective and those who believe in God follow the moral compass of God and it is subjective, it's not a bad thing. Subjective morality is a good thing. It just ebbs and flows with the necessity to benefit society. It's not bad to be subjective. So it seems like it strikes a nerve to have a discussion of morals being subjective. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to be subjective, to ebb and flow what's best for society. You know, we can all get along, folks. Steve. 5 seconds almost. Violet.
Thank you, y'all. I forgot to press the button because I went on mute. Thank you. The mod squad is on. Standing ovation for the mod squad. Standing up for that 5-second rule. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Because of what you, JCC, and Alex said, both of you made me think of something about the golden rule and God and Jesus, and I want to play this clip. For any of you that ever saw the movie 42, this is the story of how Jackie Robinson came to play with the Dodgers. This is a 2-minute clip of him meeting with Branch Rickey, whatever, the general manager of the Dodgers, and the golden rule and Jesus come in. Check it out.
I know you can hit behind the runner, that you can read a pitch. One question is, can you control your temper?
My temper?
Yes, your temper. What are you, deaf? A black man in white baseball. Can you imagine the reaction? The vitriol? Dodgers check into a hotel, a decent hotel. You're worn out from the road. Clerk won't give you the pen to sign in with. We got no room for you, boy. Not even down in the coal bin where you belong. Team stops at a restaurant. Waiter won't take your order. Didn't you see the sign on the door? No niggers allowed. What are you gonna do then? Fight him? Ruin all my plans? Answer me, you black son of a bitch!
You want a player that doesn't have the guts to fight back?
No. No. I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back. People aren't gonna like this. They're gonna do anything to get you to react. Echo a curse with a curse, and they're only yours. Follow a blow with a blow, and they'll say the Negro lost his temper, that the Negro does not belong. Your enemy will be out in force, and you cannot meet him on his own low ground. We win with it. Hit it, run it, feel it. Only that. We win if the world is convinced of two things: that you are a fine gentleman and a great baseball player. Like our Savior, you gotta have the guts to turn the other cheek. And Hineme were 70% Christians, and the golden rule did not apply to Jackie Robinson. He got death threats throughout the entire part of his career. He had other players. People didn't want a black man in baseball, and he could not meet them on their own terms of the golden rule. Treat others like you want to be treated or the way they treat you. He had to have the guts not to fight back. Let's go to Daryl hasn't had a fresh five yet. Daryl, good morning. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you for doing the heavy lifting. Would you like a fresh five?
No, sir, Kathy. I'm hanging out listening to you guys.
You got it, buddy. Okay, Yakov, would you like a fresh five? Yakov.
I'm good. I'm here to listen and
You got it, buddy. If you're in the audience, feel free to come on up. And now we go to the rest on stage. Paul, would you like a fresh
Actually,
five?
Steve, I wanted to say something.
Violet, I forgot you, Violet. I'm so sorry.
You could have been here yesterday and
I forgot her 2 shows in a row. My good God. You know what? Let me give me a wah wah wah.
I'm gonna give you a spanking.
Oh no. But he may like that, but
I may like it. I definitely will like it. I can't help myself, yeah.
It's been a really punchy show today, for sure. I think the when JCC ended what he was saying, he said we all just get along. I mean, to me, that's, should be the goal, whether you're religious or not. Let's try to work together. I find it really hard to believe, or hard to understand those of faith who see someone who's doing good deeds in life, who's making a difference, who's going in a positive direction, but they don't see them as good as they are if they aren't doing it for God and not just for good. It seems to me that if you see that they're doing good, work with them to amplify that good. If their motivations are not necessarily spiritual, does that stop the positive effect of it? I mean, it just drives me crazy that we can't find the common things that we all want to improve and work on doing that together. It's puzzling to me because I realize people's faiths and ideologies and beliefs are important to them. But, when it comes to working with other people, doesn't it help to start by finding what you agree on and how much of what you agree on versus what you disagree on and how much you disagree on? Wouldn't that be a good place to start? I'll land with that, but can't we all just get along, just like JCC said?
And I am going to respond, and then we'll move on. Unfortunately, a lot of people on Clubhouse are not interested in seeing a train running smoothly on the tracks. That train could go all day, nobody gives a shit. But as soon as there is a train wreck, Everybody wants in. You know, determining what you agree on before going to your disputed issues is a main factor in both the law as well as debate. In the law as well as a debate, they have someone more in laws and issues. There's a reason why the stipulations come first. Before you talk about what you disagree on in the law, you first determine what you agree on. So you get that out of the way. Then you go to what you disagree on. And what inevitably happens a lot of the time is when you're discussing what you disagree on, somebody will bring up something, don't know what it is, something that you already agreed on. But wait a minute, whoa. We already agreed on that issue or that point or that argument. Why are you bringing that up again? Stipulations and issues. There's a reason why stipulations is first. Let's now, Daryl's on the phone. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to Prophet. Prophet, it's a pleasure to see you again. Did I miss somebody again?
Paul's actually new on stage.
I'm sorry. Oh, that's right. Oh, thank you, JCC. Paul number 2. We did have Paul number 1. Well, now it's the only Paul. Hi, Paul. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to see you here. What would you like to talk about, Paul?
Hey. It's good to be here today, and I appreciate being back again. And I always enjoy your room.
You're very kind.
What I want to say is I love this topic with agnostic, atheist, Christian, whatever you want to say, but the golden rule. It's like what Violet said just before. I really like what she said, and that was, you do not have to be religious or spiritual or whatever to be human, to be nice to people. That's the golden rule. There's nothing Christianity about it. Fuck that. It's just being a person that has good in their life. And so when people try to say, well, you have to be religious or you be spiritual to have good in your human form, then I don't know where they're getting that from or what they're thinking, because there's nothing to that. It's just the fact that, hey, be kind. Be kind to somebody. Fuck, how hard is it to be kind to somebody? I mean, fucking hey, come on. So I'm on a journey myself, and I've been a Christian pastor. I was a Christian pastor. I was a Christian chaplain, and now I'm just kind of trying to weigh things out because of books I'm reading and different things I'm studying and different things like that. So I wouldn't even say I'm an agnostic. I just don't know where I'm at in the whole picture these days. But we all can be kind to each other, and let's all just get along. But why do Christians and Muslims have to fight each other so hard all the time? I've never fucking understood that. One thing I've always loved about people and friends of mine that are Jewish is they're like, who gives a fuck? You know who I believe, I know what I believe, so just leave me alone, And my thing is we all can agree to disagree. Correct? I thought so. I thought that's what this world was all fucking about. So thank you, Steve, and I appreciate you, man.
The pleasure is mine. And before we go to Prophet, I'll just say this. You made an interesting point. Quite often on Clubhouse, I hear Christians arguing with each other about the religion. Quite often on Clubhouse, I hear Muslims arguing with each other about the religion. You know who I don't hear on Clubhouse arguing about the religion? They argue about everything else, but not the religion. Are us Jews. Us Jews don't argue.
Amen.
About Judaism.
Amen.
We argue about every fucking thing else, but not Judaism. That's right.
We do argue about interpretation.
A little bit.
There is some
you
argument
guys do
over
argue. Right, and you guys do argue sometimes about the different sects within your Jewish faith, like Kabbalah and different ones. So
even within the sects, there's different schools of thought.
Right. Yeah.
There's Hillel versus Beit Shammai in the Talmud, like dueling schools of thought. You know, there's a lot of, and it's playful argument. You know, to be honest,
it's playful.
Yeah,
it's not you're an idiot and you're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like you're name calling and you start like really going at each other, man. Just yesterday I was in some room and two Christians started going at it because they couldn't decide if Jesus was God or the Son of God or the Messiah. And I mean, these two wanted to fight each other. It was fucking ridiculous. I'm standing there laughing like, you guys are embarrassing yourself and you're making your fucking religion look terrible.
Yeah, that's, I believe that's the Trinitarian versus the Unitarian argument.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good points. Thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You are welcome anytime. Thank you. Well, if you're in the audience and want to come up, please do. It's a spirited day. Let's go back to Prophet. Prophet, pleasure to see you again. Would you like a fresh five? Prophet. Prophet going once. Prophet going twice. Let's go to Joshua. Joshua, hi. Would you like a fresh five?
Fresh five. Yeah. So I was reading through the wonderful book that everybody proclaims to. What do they call it?
You mean the Bible?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I ripped this page out. I really like it.
Ooh, are you supposed to do that?
Well, I did it anyways.
Okay. Fine. Tag off a mattress, or am I mistaken?
I think so.
It's apparently
so it is against the law. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I think that's a discontinued law.
I don't know. Would you like to say anything more?
Well, let's just page.
Well, the page
Talk about the page, yeah.
Thank you. So the page I ripped out, I think, is the only good verse that I think that the Bible has is Matthew 22:39. Does anybody know it?
No, please alliterate.
Please alliterate. Yeah, yes.
Love your fucking neighbor.
Oh, it drops the F-bomb in there?
Wow, I didn't know the Bible dropped the F-bomb.
Jesus apparently said, well, in my redacted version. Now, I have a new Bible, by the way. It's one page. I took it from, I copied it. I scribed it. I may have interpreted it different. It's my Bible now, but it says Joshua 22:39, New Revised Edition. Love thy fucking neighbor.
All right, love thy fucking neighbor. Okay, thank you for that.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
Steve.
Hey.
One day, can I put in a request? I think you may like this. George Carlin, you're a big fan of George Carlin,
You can
right?
put in a request right now.
Okay, George Carlin has this wonderful routine where he reduces by
The
simplifying
Ten Commandments.
10 Commandments into 2.
I'm familiar with it.
I'm so good. So he just reminded me of that.
Yeah, I played it last week. Yeah.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Well, you weren't here, but that's okay.
It's so good.
I know. Thank you for that. Joshua, anything else, or are you good?
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
All right,
I got
Joshua.
that out. I was wondering if any bounce back on that. Like what everybody else was saying.
I think that's great. I think love thy neighbor is one of the main tenets of the Christian religion, in addition to forgive them, for they know not what they do. Let's go to Rahul. Rahul, thank you for the show. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Pleasure to have you on stage. What would you like to talk about? Rahul. Rahul going once. Rahul going twice. Okay, Rahul is snoozing. Let's try Prophet one more time. Prophet, would you like to speak? Prophet going once. Prophet going twice. All right, so now we're back to Alex. Hi, Alex. Would you like another fresh five? Hey, what can I tell you?
I'm just saying, the love thy neighbor. I'll take like 3.
It's up to you, buddy. Show's a lot different than the apes, isn't it, huh?
Oh my God.
Not that the apes are bad. I like to go into the apes, but I just do it differently. You know, good, bad, and different. You know.
And there's some places that thrive on chaos, and I suppose.
I think today we're having semi-controlled chaos.
Yeah, I see it. I mean, I'll tell you what's funny. In the aspect of love thy neighbor, right?
Yeah.
Love one another. The golden rule, and I like that as a kind of like an old Western title, like the golden rule. But it still has a materialistic thing, but I'll take it out. What's important, I think, in regard to just that general concept, and that's so crazy that I think the human existence has always been to its better nature, right? Even in our worst times throughout history in the development of man, we've always come out at the other end better. That concept Nietzsche, those things that do not kill me make me strong. We've always been resilient as a species. Even with a lot, it's like I won't say like a bacteria, but, like some parts die off, but it's not usually that they turn on one another. And that's been our existence. Religion has helped in so many ways. Now, I know you'll say it's like it's hurt them. It's not always. It's horrible institutions. It's brainwashing. It's Karl Marx's opiate of the masses. It's all these things. But look at it in regard to its practical or scientific side. Look at it in regard to just it's spreading that message. Not because people needed to hear it, but because it reinforced them when they weren't hearing it at all. Be nice to one another. Be kind. Don't be cruel. Be merciful. Use the general concepts in regard to the Beatitudes. You know what I mean? And that's about love. 1 Corinthians 13, love chapter. Well, it's just about love. It's in that, and I don't want to preach because I'm not going to get on the whole, because I know where some will go with this. But I'm just saying, if the idea is to love one another, is to be kind to one another, is to be merciful to one another, if that was a world concept, it would be fantastic.
Well, I'm going to interrupt you right there because Pope Francis is once again stepping onto the world spotlight. He issued a renewed call for leaders to choose dialogue over destruction, emphasizing the moral responsibility to protect civilians. His message comes as humanitarian cries worsen in several regions, with faith-based organizations increasingly filling gaps in aid delivery. While the Pope's appeal carries symbolic weight, questions still remain about the real-world impact on political decision-making. So I want to ask you, and then we'll go to the Mod Squad. Does the moral authority of Pope Francis still influence global leaders, or do they basically say, well, behind their breath, Pope's full of shit? What do you think?
You know what? I think this is a kind of complicated situation.
It's a very complicated situation.
Yeah, because I don't think people really take in all of the nuances. This is an American Pope. This is the first Pope who was sat in this chair of St. Peter from the United States.
From Chicago, if my memory serves correct.
Yeah, he grew up here. Now, this is complicated issues because a lot of times we felt that popes, we follow them because of the general hierarchy of the church and regard to it. I mean, and this throughout history, even up to the 1960s and 70s, John F. Kennedy being elected was almost hindered greatly because the argument to say that, hey, he's a Catholic. He's a Catholic, and he would be influenced by the Pope in Rome. That was one of the arguments that was attempted to be used against him. Now, in that aspect, the Pope has great influence regarding to, supposedly for religious matters throughout history. It's supposed to be that they speak only on matters for it. The church, you have to remember too, is like a hierarchy in its own. The cardinals oftentimes set like little policies in different areas for it, and the Pope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, you know what I'm saying? So they usually are to their geographical moving forward. So remember, this guy's from the U.S., so he understands what happens in the U.S. He understands vividly in regard to what's going on in the U.S. And he's the Pope. He has a much larger vote than Trump. Now I'll tell you why. Because he's restrained in regard to like speaking on matters in regard to, unless they're like, you know, like political, so to speak.
Well, I would say he doesn't lie like Trump, number one, but go ahead. And by the way, Angie's new on stage. Angie, we'll go to you next. But I would say it's because people believe the Pope that when whatever he says, he truly believes. But go ahead.
You know, we've had, for centuries, we've worked with a theory with popes of an idea of infallibility. That nothing that the Pope says can be wrong. Because it is the voice of God. He is the vicar of Christ on earth. Right? Now that's representation. For political reasons, this means in any country in which there are Catholics, whatever he says, yeah, that must be true. Particularly if you are devout. Let's say that you're really devout in some countries like Poland. Whatever he says is true. If a Pope says...
With maybe the occasional exception of abortion or capital punishment? No.
You know, politics... What's the reason? You know what? Hold up. You know what? I'm going to give you something. All churches on earth, but to expand the population in which they have. What hinders that the most?
Abortion.
Yes, and then going from a moral ground, any time that you ever hear about a baby being killed, are you upset?
Will ever upset? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, anytime it's a baby. The most
yes.
Right? It is even if you look at it from a scientific form, the development of all origin of our existence. Right? And it is a tiny sample of it, right there, right in your hands, created by two.
This is a potential baby. Please understand my interruption because
I understand your interruption.
To say it's a baby is, you know, it's not really fair. It's a potential.
We could say an unborn child. I think we can all agree on that term. Yeah.
I didn't say it, but anytime you hear about one, let's say late term, or let's say you can say born. Anytime you hear about the death of a child, it does upset you, right? So Christian, Catholics, I mean, it is the doctrine of the church to be like, no, it's an easy one, or the sanctity of life. We'll leave it at that. Now, you know, that may vary in regard to different areas. There's a little, you know, liberalism. There are great atrocities which are created by the church in regard to like not allowing for the use of condoms in Africa during the epidemic. Actually, thousands, probably millions died as a result of this. So, you know, I'm just saying, but these were decisions of men. The policies oftentimes will change with time. They evolve. The church evolves. Hopefully, time evolves as well.
Thank you very much. Angie, you are new on stage. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to see you. You get a fresh five. What would you like to talk about?
Hi, Steve. Thank you. Hi to everyone.
Hi, Angie.
Hi. Well, what I wanted to say is that there are scientific studies, you can Google this, that show that prayer, they've done scientific research on this, and the control group, they had outcomes for the people that got prayed if they were in hospital or whatever, that they recovered faster.
I'm familiar with those studies, and I apologize for interrupting, but I just wanted to add to the non-results of the study. What you just said is absolutely true. However, the study did not continue on that said because prayer helps, God exists. It did not go there, but please continue. Yes.
So I'm not trying to attribute this to any religion.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the quantum physics of the field. I don't know if you're familiar with a book called Lynn McTaggart, which showed the intention experiment.
I am not familiar with the book or that author.
Okay. Because the point I'm trying to make is that I think in quantum physics they've shown, you know, that intentionality can affect the field. So trying to attribute any specific religion, it may be that this force, you know, that we see described in films like Star Wars, you know, the force,
is a thing. And maybe religion, that is dividing us is not such a good thing. But maybe there is, something, to do with intentionality and this kind of force thing.
There is, and I will tell you exactly what it is when you finish, because I don't want to interrupt you.
Well, I mean, you get the gist of what I'm trying to say, so go for it.
I will, and then you can comment. It is a fact that a positive mental attitude helps you recover when going through both medical treatment, disease, and surgery. It is a documented medical fact that if you go into, let's just stick with cancer, something everybody can relate to. If you are completely depressed, if you have no faith that in your doctor or what your doctors are recommending, or if you go into surgery and you go in all depressed without a will to live, your chances of recovery are less than if you go in with a complete desire to live, complete faith in your medical professionals, and faith in your doctors. A positive mental attitude has a direct effect on the ability for you to recover more successfully and quicker. That is a documented fact. This is what I attribute to your prayer, okay? When people who look at this study, and I've discussed this study with people before, they think it points to God, which is fine. They can think that. There's no documentation, and the study didn't go that far. What I believe it does is reinforce what I just said, that when you have a patient, and you have a positive mental attitude, because you have family, friends, and partners that are not only praying, but praying with you, that gives you a more positive mental attitude, which has a direct effect on the recovery power of the body. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to finish with this quote, which is, if you can't distinguish right from wrong, you lack empathy, not religion. I'll just leave you with that one.
Yeah, but there's a problem with that one too, because, you probably weren't here during hour number 1. Everybody has a moral code. Even the serial killer or the convicted rapist has a moral code, but obviously it's not going to be the same moral code that you and I have. Therefore, not everybody's sense of right and wrong is the same. But everybody, even the serial killer or the convicted rapist, has a sense of right and wrong.
Okay, well, that was my 2 cents, Steve.
No, and I appreciate it, and believe me, I wasn't disagreeing with you. What I was attempting to do, hopefully it was successful, was just adding to what you were saying by putting forth my own personal perspective. I hope you didn't take it as being rude or anything.
No, absolutely not. No.
Angie, you are the best. In fact, let me give you a standing ovation, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm giving you a standing ovation because without question, black and white, no gray, the show is better with you than without you. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. You got it. Appreciate you too. Let's go to John Malincrot, our expert scientist. And I don't know what John wants to talk about, but hopefully he's going to throw in a little Artemis too there. John, good morning. Pleasure to see you. What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, I wasn't going to Artemis, but I could talk about that for hours. I think the pictures are awesome.
Yeah, amazing. Yes.
Yeah. No, I just wanted, you guys were talking about the 10 Commandments earlier, and I put some stuff in the chat. I think it's really amazing to me that people talk about the 10 Commandments and have reverence for them. It's as if nobody has ever even read them. And when you read them, I submit that you can't read them and not appreciate how completely ridiculous they are. And I put with the exception of 6, 7, 8, and 9, which are obvious, just kind of like, come from the golden rule. But I put my translation of two. This is a literal translation from the Bible into English so that everybody who has never read it will hear it for the first time. Commandment 2 literally says, don't draw, paint, or sculpt images of stuff that is in heaven or that is buried or that is in water under the earth. And if you happen to find any stuff like that, ignore it. Because if you don't, I will fuck with your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and possibly even your great-great-grandchildren. That is literally the second commandment.
Does it have to do with not making statues in God's image, or no?
I think that's the part. Yeah, so that's the thing. Don't draw, paint, or sculpt images of stuff that is in
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard it put that way, so thank you.
Well, so I put all 10 of them in there. You know, you go down through that. It's just, they are amazing until you get to 6. Don't kill. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. And don't lie about your neighbor. You know, you think it could have just said, don't lie. But it doesn't even say that.
I didn't know it said don't lie about your neighbor. Clearly it says, I know it says, or it alludes to, don't covet thy neighbor's things.
No, that's 10. 10 says, what is it? Don't wish you had the stuff or spouses of others. And as George Carlin, I think, says, what? How do you do that? You know,
yeah, that is a 9-minute bit, but Yakov maybe next weekend because it's a 9-minute bit. Yeah.
Well, it is, and it's not. I mean, the point is, he talks about how you need it for the economy, but it's like, don't think of an elephant. You know, don't wish you had the stuff of spouse. So you're sitting there going, oh my God, I'm going to hell, right? I mean, the moment you see something, you say, oh man, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
You're going to hell. It's just amazing. And so I totally support putting the 10 Commandment in every courtroom in this country.
Yucky.
So that people are forced to see how completely cuckoo Christianity is. That's my position.
You know, but if you do that, then you have to put the Quran's commandments in there too.
Well, that's right. Let's do that too.
Okay. John, thank you very much. And we're getting close to the end of the show. This sucker will shut down in exactly 18 minutes. So if you want to come up, now is the time to raise your hand. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible. Let's go to... We'll tell you what, if anybody on stage wants to contribute, go for it.
I'm going to read something here.
All right. That's okay. And while JCC is looking for what he wants to read, we do have a reading rule here. Generally, no, I know you know it. I'm telling everybody else. Generally speaking, we allow people to read whatever they want, but no more than 60 seconds. JCC, I know you know the rule, yeah.
I'm going to try my best to keep it under 60 seconds.
So go 65 seconds. We'll give you special dispensation.
Yes, the 7 tenets, and these are much better.
You can read the whole thing. I know exactly what it is. Go for it. And don't say what it's from. We'll let people. We'll let the non-mods. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can't get it good. There we go. So, 1. One should attribute the act. Oh man. Give me.
Yeah. No problem. So while JCC. As we know, there are a minimum of 5,000 different religions on the planet. JCC is getting the 7 tenets from one religion. He will read them, and then non-mods, you will be able to guess what religion this is coming from. JCC, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it, buddy.
Should strive to act with compassion and empathy towards all creatures in accordance with reason. 2. The struggle for justice is an ongoing and necessary pursuit that should prevail over laws and institutions. One's body is inviolable, subject to one's own will alone. The freedom of others should be respected, including the freedom to offend. To willfully and unjustly encroach upon the freedoms of another is to forgo one's own. Beliefs should conform to one's best scientific understanding of the world. One should take care never to distort scientific fact to fit one's beliefs. People are fallible. If one makes a mistake, one should do one's best to rectify it and resolve any harm that might have been caused. Every tenet is a guiding principle designed to inspire nobility in action and thought. The spirit of compassion, wisdom, and justice should always prevail, open or spoken word. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely. So non-mods, if you want, unmute and guess what religion that comes from. Go ahead, Joshua.
Satan.
The Church of Satanism. You are right. Congratulations. Those are the 7 tenets from the Church of Satanism. Joshua knows his shit. Very good, Joshua. Absolutely.
It's from the Satanic Temple.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Satanic Temple. My mistake.
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's different from LaVey, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. I like those ones because they're more logical to me, at least. Like they make more sense. Like tree. Like I still have this page, 2239, and it still holds true to this one verse. So Satanism, Christianity, one verse. Satanism, 7 tenets.
Thank you, JCC. The Southern Baptist Convention is facing renewed internal tensions over leadership, structure, gender roles, and doctrinal direction. Delegates and church leaders are debating how to balance traditional theological positions with pressures for modernization and inclusivity. This comes at a time when membership trends and culture shifts are challenging many large denominations in the United States. The outcome of these debates could reshape not only church governance, but also the broader influence of evangelical Christianity in American public life. Question: is this primarily about theology, culture, or institutional control? Could these debates accelerate fragmentation within evangelical Christianity? And or what impact might this have on U.S. politics? Anybody on stage is welcome. Is welcome to unmute and comment as we come down to the end of the show. If not, we can start our goodbyes and closing thoughts.
My one short thought, Steve, is bringing people together in the sense of helping the world tends to be a good thing. Unfortunately, the theological tangles that come into play make it hard for me to believe that the evangelical church can do that. I mean, it's just, I think that will create a lot of division among them because there are just too many people who, what people call lifestyles like homosexuality, they say that's, totally anti-God. That's not what God wanted. They are out of God's light, blah, 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 all that. So I find it hard to believe that they'll really be able to be inclusive.
Thank you for that. Anybody else have a comment?
Yeah, I think that any community can become more inclusive, right? I mean, the United States was formed on a lack of inclusion, right? It said that the only people that can vote are white male property owners, and yet we've changed.
inclusive. But there will be a challenge and pushback. Like, as Violet saying, and it won't be easy. But sure, any community can change. It will be traumatic for the members of the community.
Thank you, Reverend Scott. Pleasure to have you back. Let's start with our goodbyes and final thoughts. Let's first go to Andrew. Andrew, would you like to say goodbye?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll say goodbye. In this regard, what you're just talking about, I think anytime religion and politics commingle, it's a danger signal and should be avoided at all costs. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. First class escort down the red carpet to the VIP. Let's go to Paul. Paul, would you like to, closing thought, say goodbye?
Goodbye, and worry about yourself and stay safe.
Thank you very much. First class escort. Let's go to Joshua. Joshua, would you like any closing thoughts or the opportunity to say goodbye?
Yeah, of course. I love it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'd like to read from Bill and Ted. It's gonna be really quick.
As long as it's no more than 60 seconds, you can read from anything you want.
2 seconds. The Gospel of Bill and the Gospel of Ted. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. That is all.
Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne. First class escort to the VIP. Let's go to Prophet. Prophet, do you have any closing thoughts? Would you like to say goodbye, Prophet? Prophet going once. Prophet going twice. We can come back to Prophet. Alex, do you have any closing thoughts? Would you like to say goodbye?
Just going to say thanks for the platform for a while. I appreciate the sharing on the thoughts too. I learned a lot.
Alex, thank you very much. A first class escort down the red carpet to the VIP. Oh, it looks like, and we do have time. Since we do have time, somebody is raising their hand. Well, somebody was raising their hand. I see it. I saw it. Let's invite him up and him or her and see if him or her wants to come up. We'll give him or her a chance, and I guess him or her is not interested. We'll try it one more time. Because we're coming down to the other. There we go. Let's see, because we have time. Mugabe, is it pronounced?
Oh, hello, bro. What's up?
Benevolous.
Okay, we'll go with Benevolous. Hi, Benevolous. Hi.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro? What's up is that we're at the end of the show, and so we're giving you an opportunity to speak because there's little time left.
I'm fine.
You're fine. That means you got nothing to say?
Yeah.
All right. First class escort back to the... Up too late. I gave him a chance. Now, Mugabe. Mugabe going once. Mugabe going twice. Well, we'll try. There we go. Hi. Good. How am I? I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Good. What would you like to talk about?
I am the India. No?
And I'm in America.
America. Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about besides telling us where you are?
What?
What would you like to talk about?
No. This
You got him. I'm right here.
Yeah. I am confirm. No.
Excuse me? Did anybody understand what he said?
He may have said confirm there's no God, maybe. Something like that.
Oh, you want me to confirm there's no God? I can't confirm it. I can only give you my belief. I don't believe in God. I cannot confirm it. What? Can anybody understand him?
No,
I can't.
No.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Mod Squad, I'm going to need your help.
Robert Hindi?
It sounds like someone in the background is telling them what to say. That's what it sounds like. Anything else, Mugabe?
Thank you, bro. Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you, bro. First class escort down with the other bro to the VIP. Gotta love those bros from India, let me tell you. Prophet, would you like to say goodbye? Prophet going once, Prophet going twice. Okay, we'll give Prophet a first class escort to the VIP. John, would you like to say goodbye? John going once.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Yeah. So I'll just give you a little Artemis news.
Yeah.
Not news, but the picture in my PTR is one of many that I just love. It's a picture. It was taken after reacquisition of signal on the far side of the moon.
Yeah.
The Earth is over on the left in that picture, out of the frame, shining on the part of the moon, so you can see a little Earth shine on the left side of the moon there. If you look closely, you'll see that the rest of the moon is absolutely unlit. There is no light shining on that other than starlight. And so it absolutely is pitch black. So that's cool. You've got Venus over there in the lower left, and the sun behind the moon, rather than in the constellation of Aries, which is visible above Venus. If you zoom in, you'll see the stars of the constellation Aries, where the sun is supposed to be now. If you're an astrologer, you know that. The sun is supposed to be in Aries now, but it won't be there for another week or two because of the precession of the equinoxes, the 26,000-year cycle that has moved all of the astrological signs one sign to the left or right. I don't know which it is. Anyway, so there's a little Artemis news for you. I just think that picture tells so many stories. It's lovely.
And we are still in the age of Aquarius, aren't we, John?
Well, I never really quite understood that, but I think that's right. It has to do with the precession.
We have left the age of there was 2,000 years, which is the age of Pisces, and then we are now in the age of Aquarius.
Meaning that the spring equinox, the sun is in. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
John, thank you. First class escort to the VIP. Now let's go to the mods who do not get first class escorts to the VIP because they have to stay on stage and do the heavy lifting. Daryl, would you like to say goodbye? Any closing thoughts?
Adios.
Lynn, would you like to say goodbye or any closing thoughts?
I just, I had a thought. Everybody's talking about the 10 Commandments and the Bibles and the rules and theism against atheism. And I think that you're right, Steve. Everybody has their own moral code. And I don't think that the education of the Bibles actually gives us any better moral code. People are people. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to do stupid shit. But I really think that the lessons in the Bible are more about reminding us that there are natural consequences to our decisions. And I think if we were to teach that instead of laws and regulations and you're going to hell and all this other stuff, when we have the age of forgiveness, seems actually stupid, ridiculous, and it doesn't make sense to anybody. So let's start teaching the ethics of the Bible as more things of like recognize the natural consequences of your actions. I think that would be a better way of us to promote and other than that, it's really about getting people to accept Christ, which is what we're supposed to do, which we're not going to do if we're not acting like he does. And that's about having like life forever, until eternity, being with him in heaven. So, we can't even get to that part if we're blowing people out of the water. That's just my thought. And with that, I'll say goodbye.
Lynn, thank you. Violet, would you like to say goodbye? Closing thoughts.
Yeah, really electric show today. Should see.
Very much so, especially the first 2 hours. The first 2 hours, yeah.
We had the mojo. It was a really awesome combo today.
That's right. I had a lightning bolt stuck far up my ass. Yeah, go ahead.
I admit you saying that is what made me think of the conversation as being electric.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. I hope everybody has a great week, safe week, and I will be back next weekend.
Thank you. And JCC, before you give your thoughts and goodbyes, I just want to say, in my humble opinion, and people may have forgotten, I thought the best part of the show was when Andrew first spoke, and I asked him if he was still mad at me from yesterday, and he said yes, and then he asked me if I was going to keep interrupting. I handed you the show for a full 5 minutes. JCC, standing ovation. Thank you, JCC fellow mod squatter, stepping in with a moment's notice to help out your Uncle Steve. Would you like to say goodbye, JCC?
Of course, Steve, of course. Yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks. I appreciate the applause. Thank you very much.
And the trust and the confidence.
I appreciate that. So yeah, great room, great show, good discussions. A lot of things said, not necessarily all in agreement, but I think we are leaving her today without hating one another, but hopefully understanding one another. And that is the whole premise of having these dialogues, to just come to an understanding. And my understanding is people have beliefs. Some people don't believe what other people believe. And that is the whole premise of having the belief in a God. It is a mental construct. I'm never here to tell people not to believe. I just like to understand why they believe. I don't. I'm convinced it doesn't exist. I could be mistaken. Until I'm demonstrated to be mistaken, I'm not going to change my stance. And when it comes to morals, the golden rule is the best rule to follow. And that is definitely pre-Christianity. And I think we are living by the golden rule. And I think if we keep doing it, I think we will all find a way to get along. And that's all I want to say. Let's all get along, folks.
Thank you, Royvis. We're at the end of the show. Any closing thoughts? Would you like to say goodbye, Royvis?
Goodbye, everyone. I hope you have a marvelous day.
Thank you, Royvis. Best to you and your fam bam. First class escort to the VIP. Reverend Scott, would you like to say goodbye? Any closing thoughts, Reverend Scott?
Yeah, I just had a really rough weekend, and thanks for keeping me in the community. And
don't worry about it. We can talk.
Yeah,
if you
guys have been incredibly gracious.
Thank you. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I mean, we can talk about it after the show if you wish. You got it. Richard, would you like to say goodbye with closing thoughts?
Yes, I go see you. I thought this was a great show. I appreciate you jumping in and protecting me from that I wasn't lying to the guy, what was his name, Prophet, when he said, I appreciate your support. You're always that way. You don't let your Mod Squad down. I had a great show. I enjoyed everybody, and have a good week, everybody.
Thank you. And last but not least, fearless founder of the Atheism House, Alfonso, would you like to say goodbye? Closing thoughts, Alfonso. Alfonso going once. Alfonso going twice. Alfonso sold. The show is done, everybody. On behalf of my Mod Squad, we wish all of you and all of your families a great remainder of your weekend. We will be back next Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with another edition of Ask Uncle Steve. And again on Sunday, same time, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with Ask the Atheist. It has been an amazing show, and I can't thank the Mod Squad enough for supporting and believing in me, because I support and believe them. The Mod Squad has always been free to come and go as they please, but when they're here, it's sort of like someone coined it a year or two ago, Uncle Steve's Militia. They can come and go as they please, but when they're here, they have to follow the rules. And the reason why they do that is because they trust me, generally, and I trust them. I hope all of you in the audience, especially the nieces and nephews, have found today's show to be both entertaining as well as educational. Take care, and goodbye.
Imagine that these are the people you gotta call and get validation from. Screenings on the app that you never met. Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Matter of fact, where are you calling a nigga and getting validation from him? Where the bitches at in your phone?
Let's call Shanny and see if she can
call Shanny and see if Shanny gonna come in here while I'm in the room. Call Shanny. Let's see if she gonna pay. Yeah, I'm mad as hell. I'm angry.
Because when you thought y'all was finna jump me, you finished on. Why they just send me a photo saying you got all of that, but you still edited?
I don't give a fuck what they sent you. I seen the photo of you. You want to talk about the photos we seen of you? Didn't you used to hide your identity over here for years because you was fat and embarrassed?
Treat it, Leaky.
What are you talking about? Why are you out here talking about a photo? The last thing about the photos. Didn't you come outside with basketball shoes and got whooped on by Rich? You got whooped on by little Richie for $125 and you had some bowling shoes on. You came outside with pajama pants and bowling shoes. Bitch. Richie was out here making an own little people. He came over there and boxed this nigga for $100. He came outside and got beat up by little Richie. You came outside big and tall and fat with your clothes hanging off your ass, dragging on the floor like a wedding dress tray, bitch. Sweatpants, pajama pants, dragging across the ground like a wedding dress tray, bitch. You came outside and got whooped. Yes, you got whooped by little Richie. What they said? You don't even look like you 20 years old, nothing. You look 40 years old in the face. Your skin is gray. Your skin literally gray. That's crazy. Your skin is literally gray. But anyway, like I said, where the hoes be at when you proud of yourself? When you proud of yourself, when you get a little bit of money to buy some weed and get your hair done, and you be FaceTiming him to show him, where do the bitches be at? Where the bitches? Where you got no bitches be on phone you want to get validation from? What they said. I'm talking to you about what I said. What you got to say about me? We in here talking about they told me, yeah. I'm in here talking about what you got to say about what I'm saying. What you got to say about what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can't talk to me. I'm big and grown as a motherfucker. Don't let them tactics work on me. I think you a loser. I think that you insecure. I think you got low self-esteem. I think you broke. I think you a virgin. I think that you are socially awkward. I think you grew up on the internet. There's nothing you can tell me about you because I already came to these conclusions before I came in this room. So now what you want to tell me? Because you wasted my time. You wasted my time, fat bitch. You wasted my time, fat loose skin rabbit bitch. What you wanted to tell me that was so important? I treat you every time I run into you. So what you got to say today that was different? What get you some oxygen. Drink you a gallon of water today. Go for a walk. Get some sun. Your skin turning gray. You vitamin D deficient. Damn. You need to interact with people in real life. You socially awkward. You in here giggling, ain't nothing funny.
That's terrible.
You weird as a motherfucker. Go outside. You gonna waste your 20s on the internet.
Photos, bitch.
You gonna waste your 20s on the internet. You don't even have a decent outfit to your name. You don't have a decent pair of shoes to your name, just like this bitch Troy. Just like Troy. You don't hear Troy, you don't have a decent pair of shoes to your name. You sitting on the internet and rich is passing you by. You sitting on the couch. You ugly anyway. Get up and go to school. You do something. You thought the Tesla, bitch. Let's go sit here. You gotta go do something. He even screaming about all kind of shit. I can't even imagine myself answering to me. I can't even hear it. So even if he was in here saying shit like you did, you said you got a text when you done it. I wasn't even going to my garage to take a picture of you right now. I don't even have to go to my garage. I could just open up the app on my phone and I'm through screenshots and put it on my camera. And you need to need to do that so he can go with somebody else to do it. I don't want to get somebody else to do it. Your opinion about me.
What do you call it?
Well, I would say that a lot of people had their reservations. Even I did initially. When I first heard of Donald Trump, I was a Ted Cruz guy at first because I just didn't trust the guy. It took me a while to. This was 2016. This is way back when. But initially.